you took a lot of time to look at a lot of footage in this case. Is that fair?
Fair.
And you wanted everything to be as accurate as possible. Is that right?
Yes.
You took time to try to match times, and I think if I understood you correctly, that was not the first time you had seen that video before today, correct?
That is correct. One time.
Okay. So and you agree with me that accuracy is important, right?
Yes.
This is a big case. It's an important case.
Yes.
All right. So let's just start with one thing I think you'll agree with me is just flat out wrong about that video, okay?
Is it published for the jurors?
It is. Members of the jury, can you see that?
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, you may proceed.
All right, so this is...
Should be.
Well, hold on, let me ask my question.
Sure, go ahead.
My question to you is, this is the part of the video where the blue two-tone truck, as you say, comes back to Pablo Hamlet, correct?
Correct.
And you and I know, and you know now what the mistake is because you see it, this homicide was at 7:52, correct?
Correct.
And on this video that the state put into evidence and asked you detailed questions about, you said that this is the truck coming back at 7:50, correct?
I did not say 7:50.
Well, the video says 7:50, correct?
It does. That's correct.
That's wrong.
Should be 8 o'clock.
Right. It can't come back at 7:50 because it would never match the timeline. So if that, in fact, is the truck, it's either the time is wrong in that video or that's not the truck.
The time is wrong in that video.
That's what your position is, the time is wrong.
That's correct.
Okay. So now let's go back to the first time that the truck goes to Pablo Hamlet, okay?
Okay.
May I approach the evidence, Your Honor?
Yes.
May I just take this binder with me?
Sure.
I'm going to show you what's been marked by the defense as exhibit number 26, okay? Maybe turn it the other way, Miss Day. Okay. Can you see that, Corporal?
It's not on the screen.
Okay. Fair enough. Can you see that?
That's correct.
All right. This is a daytime photo of the area of Pablo Hamlet where you have testified the truck backed up?
Correct.
Okay. So just to give the jury some idea of what we're talking about, the assisted living facility is that big building that's parked there?
On the left-hand side, correct.
Okay. And then there's some signs in between the roadway and the little mini cul-de-sac. Do you see those signs?
Correct.
I assume being in Jax Beach as long as you have, you know that those signs say that you're being recorded.
Can you tell me when this picture was taken?
Do you think those signs are new?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you dispute that there are signs there that say you're being recorded?
I don't dispute, I just don't know.
Okay, sure. Well, let's just use what we know to be true then. That area is being recorded, correct?
At the time, yes, it was.
Sure. And that's how you have the evidence that you have, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so it wouldn't shock you that there's a sign there that says you're being recorded, right?
Yeah, but it would shock me, I guess.
Okay. Oh, can I see that photo back? Showing you what's been entered into evidence as defense number 27. It's another daytime photo. Can you see that, Corporal?
That's correct. Yes, I can.
If you were backed up into that spot and you were sitting in the passenger or driver's seat or whatever vehicle and you were looking out, that building is an apartment or condo complex to the left, correct?
That's correct.
So that would be just on the other side of the street to where you sort of saw that station wagon parked, just maybe a little bit forward or east.
Station wagon was in the previous photo?
It wasn't in the previous photo, it was in that long video that we all watched.
Yeah, okay.
You remember there's a station wagon sort of on the right-hand side for that 17 minutes? I'll show it to you again.
Okay,
But nonetheless,
sure.
it's on the roadway as you're going into where the assisted living facility is.
Yes,
So just so everyone understands, you have this apartment complex that's over here. You have the parking spot, and then kind of behind it, in between those two things, is where the truck may have been parked.
was parked, yes.
Was parked. So there's lots of residential living areas that surround that spot, correct?
It's a lot of units, correct?
Okay. I'm sorry, this has been marked as defense. Oh, 28 for the record. Corporal, that's a close-up of those signs.
Correct.
And then if you look to the left, there's like a Mini, is that, that brand of car?
Correct.
Okay. And then just beyond the Mini, do you see that smoking shack?
It's a gazebo, correct.
Gazebo.
Yeah.
And that's where people at the assisted living community go back and forth if they want to sit in there, smoke a cigarette, or
Hang out.
do anything they want, converse, right?
Sure.
And that's right next to where that little parking spot is where you say the truck backed into, correct?
Correct, yeah. The angle of this picture isn't perfect. This brush right here kind of blocks it depending on how far you back up into that cul-de-sac.
Right. And of course, while we were watching that video, you can see cars going in and cars going out.
That's correct.
So fair to say it's surrounded by residential areas, a gazebo. It's not tucked in the middle of nowhere where no one would see what's going on in that cul-de-sac, correct?
Can you, repeat the question?
That cul-de-sac
Right.
at Pablo Hamlet is not in the middle of nowhere. It's dead center in between two residential buildings that I've shown you, right?
Correct.
And a smoking shack or a gazebo where people may be.
Correct.
This is
Usually
about-
used during the day for that smoke shack.
We're talking about, what, 7 p.m.? I'm sorry, 6.
Yeah.
6:17, that area, that time?
Yeah, I would say mostly used during the day, less at evening.
Okay. Oh, can I have that photo back? Okay. Just so we're clear, your timeline on the first video that you stand by and you say is correct, the truck backs up at approximately 6:53 p.m. and leaves around 7:12 p.m. I'm not trying to play gotcha.
Yeah, I need to go back and look at it, but correct.
Sure, load it up, please. Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
And you said, while we're pulling that up so you can verify those times, that as part of that time that you took to find all this surveillance and to review all this surveillance, you watched that video multiple times, correct?
Correct.
That was an important piece of evidence, correct?
Correct.
And you can never see a person going to or from that truck at any point during that surveillance, can you?
That's correct.
Okay. And That's something that you looked for.
That's also correct.
And as you sit here today, there is no evidence of that.
I cannot see anyone walking to or from the car.
Okay. Common sense tells us there has to be a driver in the car, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And a point that I think the state asked you, and maybe I didn't understand that it was so clear, so I'll ask you again. The shooter in this case leaves on foot from the homicide scene, correct?
Correct.
So without beating around the bush, you can't be the driver and the shooter in this case.
I don't want to say, I mean, can you not?
The vehicle,
Yeah. Maybe I'm not understanding your question.
yeah, maybe you don't, because I think this is really an easy
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
The person who is the person who you say is the shooter,
Yes.
you identified as walking and then running from the scene.
What I'm saying is, could they have been the driver first and then the passenger, or the passenger first and then the driver second? That's all I was saying.
Okay. There's two people in the car. That's for certain.
That's correct.
Because you can't be the person running from the scene and the person driving the vehicle away from the scene, correct?
Correct.
And in all of the surveillance that we went through for the last hour and a half, that you have poured over, did you ever see any surveillance of Mr. Fernandez?
No.
Did you ever see any surveillance consistent with anybody else getting into that blue truck?
No.
And in this video, you would agree with me that there were times where whoever made this compilation that you had seen before you came to court and you testified to, there were times where you thought it was important, because you testified to it, that there were gaps, meaning 5 minutes later, like it would come on the screen. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And it would say 5 minutes later, 18 minutes later, 1 hour and 45 minutes later. Do you recall those messages, so to speak, coming up as part of the video?
Correct.
Okay, but I want to show you where you didn't put that on the video, because you know that at approximately 7:12, and do you need to see that to refresh your recollection as to when that truck leaves?
Corporal, may I answer?
I'm sorry. Oh, when it leaves on the video. Sorry.
Sure. The correct, and I'm not talking about the time that the video says it leaves. I want to talk in fact, what time you think it actually is.
Okay.
Because just for the record, we both agree that this video time is not accurate.
That's correct.
You had to do some math.
Correct.
And it's approximately a 17-minute fast video.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just trying to get it to the end so you can verify for me that it's approximately 7:12. Okay, take your time. Okay. Stop. Was I pretty accurate when I told you it was 7:12?
Good. Yes.
And you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next time Do you agree with me that between when that vehicle pulls out and the next time on this video you see that blue truck, no message pops up to tell anybody who would be watching this video that there's a gap like you do the other few times in this video? You understand my question?
I see what you're saying. There's no like 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later.
Doesn't tell you. So now let's look and see what time the next time this video picks up. Okay, so we all watched it together. It shows the truck pulling out, and then it shows an animation as if it's just going down the road, and then you would agree with me, the next time it hits anything, it's 7:47.
Correct.
That's 36 minutes later.
Correct.
You have no idea where that blue truck is for 36 minutes.
I don't know.
There's not a single piece of surveillance that you can provide that gives this jury any indication of what was happening during that 36 minutes.
Not to my knowledge.
And fair enough, although it may not say it, you agree with me, I've now pointed out that it's an accurate approximate 36-minute gap.
Correct.
Okay. Some of the things that I'm sure you were looking for on that blue two-tone truck did you ever notice that the tag light was a bright tag light versus other tag lights? Is that ever something that caught your attention?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I think, yeah, just...
That wasn't one thing that you sort of, when you were trying to identify, and let's just back up a little bit.
Sure.
That truck is certainly easier to identify in the dusk hour than it is in the night hour.
Correct.
In the night hour, harder to identify is just a fact, right?
You're using brake lights, the, I guess, truck bed light, the front headlights, and then the actual shape of the car.
And you never noticed anything like that tag light was particularly bright?
I don't think so. I think it was just illuminated.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we get to the end of the video, okay, it ends with what you all described as a shadowy figure walking past the police department, correct?
Yes.
But one thing I didn't ask you is the Pablo Hamlet camera is not motion activated.
That's correct.
You gave a few examples and you said, there are some people that have cameras. The guy with the dolly came out, it triggered it, and then lucky enough for the investigation, you got some footage, right?
Correct.
And then you talked about other times where there's still cameras that just record everything all the time.
Correct.
So to give a fair example, Pablo Hamlet is a camera that records things all the time.
Correct.
So if we want to know what happened at Pablo Hamlet, we don't have to guess, right?
Correct.
So if we want to make it so that the blue truck gets to Pablo Hamlet and we think that is the truck, we'll see it at Pablo Hamlet, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now with all those facts that we can agree on together, at the end of your video, when the shadowy figure, who I won't beat around the bush, you think that's Henry Tenon, right?
Yes.
Okay. Henry Tenon is walking past the police station, correct?
Correct.
And Henry Tenon is walking toward Pablo Hamlet. That's what you ended your testimony with, right?
Correct.
And it sort of makes this illusion that he's going back to where that truck may have been, correct?
He's heading back towards where the truck ended, correct?
Right. But what we know, because that camera records all the time, is there is no video of Henry Tenon going back to where that truck was.
Not to my knowledge, that's correct.
Right, sure, that would be important, and you would have shown that to the jury, right?
Correct.
And of course, if the truck was there, if the concept is, well, he's heading back toward where we know that truck was before, then let's go look. Is the truck there? We know the truck is not there. Otherwise, we could show it to the jury, right?
Sorry, one more time?
I'll make it clear. The truck is not at Pablo Hamlet. any other time than what you've shown the jury the truck is at Pablo Hamlet?
Not to my knowledge, correct.
Right. Because, and it's not because you're now just figuring this out. You looked to see if the truck went back to Pablo Hamlet, right?
Yes.
That was part of your scouring all sorts of surveillance clips and watching all of the time that you put in, you would have seen it if it was there. And of course, it's not in the video and it's not there, correct?
Now, also don't forget, these videos do overwrite themselves. And so there were times where we went back and forth to other places. I don't know if the investigators went back and tried to obtain more video after the fact. But, you know, what we have is, I think, what we were able to get at the time.
All right. Corporal, let's shoot each other straight. The video that we have from that night is that night, correct?
Yes.
You have it earlier in the evening, like we talked about, between the hours of 6:53 and 7:12, right?
Yes.
And then you told me there's a corrected time where it goes back at 8 p.m.
About 8 p.m.
About 8 p.m. after the homicide. And you stand here today and you're telling the jury, I think that's the truck. You told me that right in the beginning.
Yes.
And then there's video of Henry Tenon about an hour and, 58 minutes, a couple hours later, walking past the police station pretty close to the area, right?
Correct.
You can't possibly think that in that gap of 2 hours that there was a video override and somehow you guys just don't have footage from 2 hours later. You're not testifying to that, are you?
What I'm saying is that when you go to get the video, let's just say you go back one time and then you maybe go back a month later or weeks later, and videos do rewrite themselves. So if you're looking for more data, which we did do, where we only had like an hour before, 2 hours before, you want to go back and you want to get more data. I mean, if I could go back and get the entire day, I would have done that. But at the time, we only got certain segments, and I don't recall if that was one of the instances where we got a fixed amount of data, and then we went back and asked for more, and it was already overwritten. I don't remember.
Well, nonetheless, on that night, from the clips that you do have, you have no information that blue truck went back to Pablo Hamlet. Because it'd be on video.
I don't believe so, correct.
And you have no video of Henry Tenon walking toward Pablo Hamlet after he's last seen on the police camera, Jack's Beach police camera videos, correct?
Well, he is walking towards it. He's walking west. But actually arriving to that location, no.
And in this case, what can you offer in terms of videos? Because I want to make sure it's clear. There's lots of surveillance after that time period in Jack's Beach, meaning after the homicide, you have video at Grande, correct?
Yes.
You have video at Fairway Lane, correct?
Correct.
And I'm going to represent to you that all of that post-homicide camera video that we briefly just talked about, more video at Grande, more at Fairway, more on the main roads that goes up, where the park and the fire station, no.
South Beach Parkway?
South Beach Parkway.
Yep.
Okay. And Ocean K. Mm-hmm. You have video of trucks that night, post the homicide, that were provided to us in discovery that you all collected, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I noticed in the video, none of that exists. Do you not know where that blue truck went at all after it left Pablo Hamlet?
Which instance? At the
second time.
It's from the second time, so essentially
8 p.m.
Yeah, that 36-minute gap. Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, that's a better question.
Sure.
The 36-minute gap, just so I want everyone to be clear, is before the homicide.
Correct.
We talked about that. Then it's your testimony that after the homicide, the blue truck goes back to Pablo Hamlet briefly. It looks like it backs in and it pulls out.
Correct.
And you told me you think that's approximately 8 o'clock, and we've corrected the time to the video, right?
Correct.
And the video ends after Henry Tenon walks toward that area. Is that fair?
Correct, yes.
So I'm asking you, just to kind of back up, you collected a lot of surveillance in Jack's Beach post that time. correct?
Correct.
And I'm going to represent to you, it's in evidence for the jury to see.
Yeah.
But I'm asking you, I'm doing what criminal defense lawyers should never do. I'm not asking you a leading question. Do you have evidence of where that blue truck went after it pulled out of Pablo Hamlet the second time at 8 p.m.?
I think we have it going by Ocean K. Am I mistaken on that? You go back and,
I think you do.
yeah.
That it reroutes, it does the loop again, correct?
Goes back towards Ocean K, I believe, and then after that, I don't think there's anything from Ocean K until back to Pablo Hamlet. Maybe
There's nothing back to Pablo
yes.
Hamlet, right? Let's just be clear here. I'm not trying to confuse you.
Sure.
You don't ever have it going back to Pablo Hamlet. That's what I've been asking you for the last 10 minutes.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry?
I'm trying to remember. We're going through two different timelines here.
I want to make sure we're crystal clear, and I'll take the blame for that.
Okay.
There's two timelines. There is a pre-homicide timeline, meaning, let's just walk through it real quick. You showed the jury the blue truck in the almost daylight hours, the dusk hours. Before the homicide, go to the homicide scene, correct?
Yes.
That's the one that you described as sort of unusual.
Correct.
It makes the U-turn, right?
Correct.
It's driving very slow.
Correct.
Just so we're clear, that's before the homicide.
Yes.
Then it goes to Pablo Hamlet, correct?
Correct.
And it stays there for that time period that I've asked you about many, many times, which is the 6:53 to 7:12, correct?
Yes.
Then it leaves, and then there's a 36-minute gap.
That's correct.
You don't know where it is at that
I
point.
don't know where it is at that time.
Then you testify that you think it gets picked up and it goes to the homicide scene, correct?
Correct.
And then at 7:52, there's a homicide.
Correct.
And then you see the truck post the homicide.
Yes.
And that's where Ms. Stifler asked you, does it appear to be driving a little fast? That you said yes,
Jacksonville driving Grande Boulevard, yes.
right?
Correct.
And then you see it on Ocean K,
Correct.
and then you see it up toward the police station and the public storage.
Correct.
And then you see it past the police station. That's the video where all the people are on the sidewalk and the truck passes right by them,
Correct.
right? So we're not talking, and another question is, that truck passed people right there on the sidewalk at the police station, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't in the middle of the night. We're talking between 7:52 and 8 p.m. on a Wednesday night, right?
Yes.
And then, just to continue, because I want this to be so crystal clear, then the truck goes back to Pablo Hamlet, correct?
Yes.
And you see it pull in
Yes.
and pull out.
Yes.
Doesn't stay there for
Very long.
very long.
Correct.
And that is the last time you ever have that truck at Pablo Hamlet.
To my knowledge, yes.
Okay, that we can agree.
Okay, sure.
All right. I certainly am not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to get the facts.
Sure.
Then, if I understood your testimony correct, you think that you do have evidence of the truck again in other places of Jack's Beach? Or were you confused and you didn't understand my question?
No, I was confused. That's what we have, the evidence that we have.
Okay, so you would not feel comfortable testifying that in the clips of all the other surveillance, because again, let's continue with this timeline to make sure you're not confused. I did ask you, you did collect more surveillance after the homicide, meaning after 8 o'clock.
Yes.
You have surveillance at Ocean K after 8 o'clock.
Yes.
You have surveillance at Grande after 8 o'clock.
Yes.
You have surveillance at Fairway and America after 8 o'clock.
Correct.
Okay. And I'm going to submit to you that that's in evidence for the jury to look at.
Yes.
They can make a decision if they see the blue truck driving around Jack's Beach. But what your testimony is, if I understand it, is that you don't feel comfortable saying where that blue truck is after 8 p.m.
Correct.
So it takes Mr. Tenon a couple hours on foot to get back up to that area, right?
Correct.
And it would be your testimony, you have no idea where that blue truck is during that time period.
Correct.
And as part of collecting all the surveillance and speaking to witnesses, nobody puts that blue truck at Marsh Inlet, the residence of Mr. Fernandez and Shanna Gardner at that time, correct?
To my knowledge, that is correct.
Of course. And nobody has any surveillance at Marsh Inlet that puts that blue truck over there at Marsh Inlet, correct?
To my knowledge, correct.
Because that would be included in the video. That'd be really good evidence against Mr. Fernandez if you did, right?
That would be good evidence.
Sure. And you don't have that.
Do not.
May I have a moment with counsel, Your Honor?
Yes.
We do not have any further questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Any redirect?
Corporal, I'm going to borrow some of these photographs the defense showed you. Still up there?
You're in black. 20, it was around 28, 29.
Gotcha. I got it. Thank you. Corporal, defense counsel showed you a photograph of Pablo Hamlet with some signs, and you asked when this photo was taken because you could not recall if those signs were present back in 2022. So I think in fairness, you should know this photograph was taken by defense counsel in July of 2026. Does that give you any information or refresh your memory as to whether those signs were present back in 2022?
Again, I can't say if they were there or not.
Okay. And for the record, this is Defense Exhibit 26. I'm showing you Defense Exhibit number 28, which Mr. Dreicer showed you as well, with a little smoking gazebo here. There we go. And I'm circling the left-hand side of my screen. And these signs here, which I'm circling on the right-hand side of the screen. The cul-de-sac where the truck is located is around this corner, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So if you were backed in the truck, you would be adjacent to these bushes and not, and I just want to make it clear because maybe I misunderstood, Mr. Dreicer, you would not be right here next to this smoking shack, would you?
No, likely hidden from view.
Mr. Dreicer mentioned a gap in video footage for 36 minutes when the blue truck leaves Pablo Hamlet for the first time and is not seen again until Fairway Lane prior to the homicide. And I'm showing you State's Exhibit 209, which we've previously gone over. Actually, I'm going to show you State's 208. This is kind of a silly question, but you can't know what you can't know, right?
Sounds right.
Earlier, you testified that here, this flag is 1511 Marsh Inlet, and that there are no surveillance cameras until we hit 25 Fairway Lane. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
So the truck theoretically for 36 minutes could have been parked, gone by from Pablo Hamlet here, right by Marsh Inlet, which is on the corner, right?
It is.
And parked anywhere along this area with no cameras to observe its whereabouts.
That's correct.
And I want to show you a photograph that Mr. Dreicer did not show you, but was actually marked and entered into evidence as Defense Exhibit 30. This is a photograph of the gravel parking lot at the Discovery School, which you testified to earlier. So if you were to come, shutter here, would you reach Pablo Hamlet?
Yes.
And if you were to leave Pablo Hamlet and turn back here, is this the parking lot of the Discovery School?
That's correct.
You testified earlier that you went to the Discovery School and they did not have any working surveillance cameras at the time of the homicide, correct?
That's correct.
And this residence right here, what residence is that?
1511 Marsh Inlet.
The home of Mr. Fernandez and Ms. Gardner?
That's correct.
I have no further questions. Thank you, Corporal.
I have a brief recross
New grounds.
from the grounds that she just covered.
Okay.
Corporal, it's Wednesday at 6:58 to 7:12. That's the time period we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Then post that to the homicide gap, correct? That's the 36 minutes that she just asked you about.
Correct.
That's a school, correct?
Yes.
Who told you that there was a truck parked in that gravel parking lot that matched the description of the truck you're looking for? The answer is no one. No one told you there was a blue truck there, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Nobody told you there was a blue truck matching the description of the truck that you've been testifying to at the Paddle Creek Observatory, correct?
That's also correct.
And nobody told you that along the whole roadway where the golf course is and the nice little wooden fence that makes up, what is that, 15th?
15th, that's correct.
Nobody told you there was a blue truck parked there that matched the description of the truck that was blasted all over the news that everybody was looking for, did they?
That's correct.
No further questions.
Anything further for the witness?
No, Your Honor. He can be excused.
All right, thank you, Corporal.
Thank you.
Members of the jury, it's 10 minutes to noon. We'll go ahead and take our lunch recess at this time. If you would leave your notepads on your chair, retire to the jury room, and we'll set up your lunch.